Okay, the answer is we can give the letter from the teacher. Okay, how about the subject? We lose. We lose that. We don't have a point. Because you don't go to school, you're absent. You don't have a point. That's a simple thing. And it's the reality what we have right now. Yes.
Okay, before we start this debate, let me ask you about myself. Me, Rinjani, as a moderator in this debate. Okay. 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 Cita teams have affirmation. Okay, have affirmation team or pro, and Fania, opposition team or contra. Okay.
No.
Okay. Our participant in this debate, are you no or no?
From class 11 science program. Thank you.
My name is Brafiri William Teho. You can call me Refi, and I'm from grade 11 science program, and our team here is from affirmation team. Thank you.
Okay, next we go.
Everyone in the judgment. My name is Epifania Yakal Karmani. You can call me Fania. I'm from 11th grade from science program, and our is opposition team.
My name is Angela Nege Nafriamika. You can call me Nege, and I'm from class 10 science program. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alfred. I'm from grade 11 Niatsu or science program. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are you ready? Ready to the opposition teams. Are you ready? Okay, ready. So now we can start this debate with the motion formal education. For the first 2 minutes given to the affirmation teams to change this opinion about the motion. Just 2 minutes, okay? So the time start.
Formal educational institutions, schools that are born and develop effectively and efficiently from and by as well as for the community, are instruments that are obliged to provide service to the younger generation in education citizens.
The second is the characteristics of formal education. The first, the curriculum is clear, has certain conditions for all students, and then have structured academic learning materials, and then the process education is long and enough, and then the teaching staff must comply with the classification. And then maintenance education is namely the government and the private sector. The student must take exams at every level, and then there are administrations that tend to be the same. And then the last, diplomas and the other documents are very important to accept students in following levels education next. Thank you.
The implementation of formal education is based on by government regular number 60C of 2010. Concrete academics to government regulation number 17 of 2010. Concrete school are formal education institutional. The school that be born and reflect effective and effective from for the community. Thank you.
Okay, Enoch. Okay, pass. Okay, are you agree with their opinion, or can we repeat again once more? No. Using the microphone, please.
Can you repeat from part of second speaker and third speaker?
Okay. To jury, can we repeat again? Please slowly and clearly. Okay, to the second and third speaker. Okay.
Okay, thank you. What I'm gonna read here is the characteristics of formal education. The first, the curriculum is clear, and then the second, has a certain conditions for all students, and then the third, have structured academic learning materials, and then the process of education is long enough, and then the teaching staff must comply with the classification. And then the maintenance education, namely the government and the private sector. And then the student must take every exams at every level. And then there are administrations that tend to be the same. And then the last, diplomas and other documents are very important to accept students in following levels education next. Thank you.
Okay. The implementation of formal education is based on regulated by government regulation number 66 of 2010, concrete academics to the government regulation number 17 of 2010, concrete school are formal education institutional. The school that we born and deployed effective and effective from for the community. Thank you.
Okay, that's enough.
I think Enox. So now we next to the 2 minutes again to 2 minutes again to opposition teams to give this opinion. So timekeeper, are you ready? Okay, yes. So we can start now.
Non-formal education is a learning activity outside school system or formal production, but is still being carried out outside an organization. Therefore, non-formal education is also often referred to as outside school education organized. Thank you.
In according with the data released by Bappenas National Development Planning Agency through 2019, there were 4.3 million students working up to at school in various levels. And the second, according to the data released by the concerning Central Statistics Agency or BPS concerning EPM Human Development Index was assigned the Indonesian as assigned the Indonesian as a squints at 1,100 states in 2019. Non-formal education is organized so that students acquire skills that can be used in detail. That's the education is more direct to functional learning as needed. More emergence or students learning refers. Usually, non-formal institutions ask students to learn independently, so they must have interviewed and central in learning activities.
The opposition teams have our limit. Okay, this is the first warning to you. Now, are you Enoch or once again repeat? Okay, please clearly and slowly. So now we can hear the third speaker before. So slide two. After this, we can repeat again the second speaker. Third speaker.
Non-formal education is education we need to grow our talents who gonna help us on future. Thank you.
To the second speaker, please repeat again your opinion.
Characteristic of non-formal education. Non-formal education is organized so that students gain skills that can be used in detail. The education is more direct to functional learning is needed. More emphasis on students' learning refers. Usually, Non-formal institutions ask students to learn independently, so they must have identified and central in learning activities. As a start maintains time and there is no containing. Thank you.
That's Enoch. To the affirmative team, Enoch. The first speaker, can you repeat again your opinion? Sure, okay, thank you.
Non-formal education is a learning activity outside school system or formal production, but is still being carried out organically or unorganizedly. Therefore, non-formal education is also often referred to as outside school education. That's enough.
Enoch? Enough. Okay, Enoch. So now, we given the chance to affirmation to give a rebuttal or question to the opposition teams. Okay? Okay, now we are discussing. They're discussing.
For the time, for speakers 3. Are you sure non-formal education guarantees students to have enough ability? Thank you.
No one seeing your question.
Teach students to have enough ability. Thank you.
Because in formal education, students just learn to develop their talents. For example, musician. They learning about musician to be a singer. Thank you.
Can you repeat again your opinion?
Yes, I'm sure because in non-formal education, students just learning about their ability, their talents to help us in future. For example, musician just learning about their skills to singer or play music. Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm not agree with your opinion. In formal education too, students can be can get her ability in schools. For example, in schools that is extracurricular activities. Okay, thank you.
Can I answer that question?
Okay.
You say that formal education have extracurricular, right? Okay. For example, in our extracurricular, we just study, also we just learn the background of the something. Like we learn about music, we just learn about the background. But in this non-formal education, we learn deep that more than it. Like for example, that the third speaker say, the student or the child who has a talent on the music, they are focused on the one. They're focused on the one thing, that is music. They come to music academy, and after that they become a musician in the future. That's what they learn from this academic is gonna help them from this future to make this. They have their look under that future to help them to get a job. That's a simple thing. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. To Chita, are you enough with this answer? Okay. Any question again to opposition teams? Okay. To Refi times 3.
Sorry, I will ask again. It was based from Chita's question. Okay. Do you think the informal education can guide students' abilities and intelligence because of it has a low facility? Do you think it can be?
To the opposition teams, please give your answer.
Okay, I will answer the question. According to me, Yes, of course, because the non-formal education have the system which seems with the characteristic of students. So it will make the students too easy to development their characteristics, their talents or their characteristic. Thank you.
Okay. Excuse me. I want to put something that you said that low quality. That okay. It's not all of non-formal education of the low quality. It is some in 100%. It's not 100% that is non-formal education have low quality. It's not. But have some is back to that self. You gonna prepare yourself or you gonna prepare the quality we wanna. For example, like homeschooling education. The teacher has come to their home to teach they and they're learning. What does you mean by that quality?
Okay. To ready now or again?
I'm sorry, I didn't say anything about quality. I'm saying about facility. Thank you. And then I wanna answering about the second speaker, Brother Alfred. Okay, if you say that the students, the in non-formal education can make the student has a great ability and intelligence. I think that will make some students didn't have what the students in formal education have. Like let's say Brother Alfred, he's in non-formal education. Let's say you like music or that's all. If you just learning about music, what about math, science, and then the other stuff? Or let's say the most important thing that the world needed right now is it's IT or computer skills. You just learning music. That's very low quality. That's very low. That's why I'm saying, do you think the informal education can guide students' ability and intelligence because of it has a low facility? Thank you.
Okay. Answer this question. That you say is the facility, and the second one that you say is that if the Alfred learn about music, how about math and computer IT or something like that. Okay, like to be reality, I'm gonna, for example, like homeschooling, I'm gonna get that, for example. Okay, in the homeschooling, just it's all flexible. You just and maybe just music. You don't have to the only music. I say the Alfred is good enough, clever to think is how who is important that he need to his future. Like is math is important to his future. He's gonna learn that. I promise her. That I'm gonna say the characters of non-formal. The curriculum is flexible. You can put what you wanna learn on the non-formal education if you wanna, and you can, and you don't wanna put that you don't wanna learn in the non-formal education. That if you don't wanna learn math, you don't have to put that. If you wanna learn biology, you have to put that. But if that's important for your future, you have to put that. If you want or you're not, that's important. Because in our era right now, in 2000th century right now, we don't compete with the people in our area. We compete with the people around the world. So we gotta prepare ourselves to the future because it's important. Thank you.
I want to add the argument of Fania for my brother Refi. What you said is true, but we know we all have the talent, so we can develop our talent to our future, like to get jobs or others. So with our talent, we can get the jobs with for example, if you like football, you can develop your talents of football. So for the future, we can take the fate, the mainly football player in the world have the high have it's so many money. I can say that. So science, maths, and others lessons. That's not uh, our determine for the future. So the talents to our determine for the future. Thank you.
Okay, according to me, I think I not agree with Fania's opinion, because how about socialist students? A student have to get her socialist when the students in next education, they have to adaptation with another people. Thank you.
That you said how the social is life like that. Okay, for the simple thing, social life is not only on the school. You can live in your area, in your home area. For example, no, I'm not finished. Okay, for example, you with friends in your area, not have you have social life, not have on the school. You can from the cafe maybe and some else. You don't have school. Maybe in school we'll learn about that, but it's not the only on school. In other side and other area, we learn we do. It's not maybe because of we not as a non-formal education student, we don't have social life. That it's a not makes sense. That's it.
Okay. Are you sure with this, with her argument? Okay. So, any question again? Third speakers.
Okay, thank you. My question. Does informal education guaranteed ability from the student? Thank you.
Once again, can you repeat?
Okay. Does informal education guarantee ability from the students? Thank you.
Okay. Sure?
I'm gonna answer this question.
Okay.
No, you say that quality education, right? Excuse me, Mr. Alfie. That you say that quality of education, right? Okay, I'm gonna say that what I said before. The first I say, of course, I'm 100% sure that have the quality of. I'm gonna say that it is still considered formality because the public feels of formality but is not focused on quality. It's the lack of formal education. That's enough.
Okay. Enough? Or do you want to give your question again? Enough? Okay. Enough. So now we given time to the opposition teams to give the rebuttal or question to the affirmation teams. Do you need the times to discuss or no? 2 minutes. Okay. So timekeeper, are you ready? 2 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes. Start now.
Okay, the first question on our team is a flexible time. It's about that. I'm gonna put more that. How about the student can go to school? They have maybe they sick or they go to somewhere we don't know, and in the non-formal education they have flexible time to learn, but in the formal education we don't have that. We have to have discipline. We have to come on 7 o'clock plus. But on the non-formal education, we don't have to do it. The question is, How about your team in the flexible time that what we need? Thank you.
To the opposition teams, are you sudah selesai? Are you clear to given their rebuttal or question? Okay. So to the affirmation team, you just have 2 minutes to discuss.
I will answer question from the Fania. Okay. In formal education, students get sick a letter to the teacher. Thank you.
And you say that student can give a letter to the teacher, right? And how about he can go to school in a 1 month? How about he's gonna learn? And that mean that maybe when he start math, how about he's gonna learn? But even he's not go to school, how the subject, how the test, how the point is enough? Is on the formal education, that's important to get a point on your diplomas, of course. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Fanias is back to the personality students. If the students want to get a school, of course they want to go to school. And if students don't want to go to school, so they will give a letters to teachers or to teachers to letters permission if they don't want to go to school like this. Thank you.
Okay, then you say, I'm gonna clear your world. It's not don't wanna, but can. If you don't wanna, it's you want. Is it clear of your word, right? Then it's back to itself. And the question is, what is different of non-formal? We study as we learn by ourselves. It's not a different of non-formal. In the formal education, this different is we going to school, we have a test, we have a teacher to teach us with every subject. But if we don't go to school because of sick, okay, then the answer is we can give the letter from the teacher. Okay, how about the subject? We'll lose that. We don't have a point. Because you don't go to school, you're absent. You don't have a point. That's a simple thing. And it's the reality what we have right now. Yes.
About that, I think the teacher can give the explanation about the materials in the schools that the students didn't get. I mean, let's say 1 month sick. The teacher can give the materials according in that 1 month time. You say it 1 month sick. So the teachers can just, online school, just like that. The teachers can just give all of those material from this online school. Thank you.
How about the teacher don't have a time to do that? Okay, to back a reality, the teacher in our school, they are so busy. But when you don't go to school in a 1 month that I say before, what you gonna do? Maybe you're gonna learn the subject, but how about your point on the diploma? If you wanna get your exercise, you have the minus point. It's not a fight. Is that makes sense for me? Thank you.
I want to emphasize, I just want to say, take of the reality. Thank you.
Maybe from the third speaker, do you okay, that's enough. To the second speaker, to the affirmation teams, do you sure with this argument or any rebuttal again? Again? Okay.
I'm not agree with your opinion about students. Like this is from it's intelligent. Like when student get a means point, yeah. I think it's back to the personality of students. If he get intelligence, so they have a plus points. Thank you.
I'm gonna bet. Then you say if I have a good intelligence, it's more like IQ, right? Okay, if you have maybe 2,000 IQ, is that not like more like you have a minus point? Then you say maybe, for example, like you can go to school in 1 month, and in the 1 month of full day, you have exam, you have a test. But when you get the test or your exam, but in the late time, you have the minus point. No matter how clever you are, you always have a minus point. In your diploma, you have the minus point. Even you're so much clever, you're so much smart. It's not gonna make a bigger difference. Thank you.
Where did you get the proof that the students who follow the next exam, because of 1 month he didn't follow an exam, then he followed the next exam? I mean, where did you get the proof that he will get a minus point? I mean, he followed the exam. I mean, the next exam. He just that day he didn't follow that. I mean, the next day he can follow that exam. Thank you.
I want to answer your question. Like Finance said, if we didn't go to the school for the 1 month, if sick or cause sick, of course we didn't have the time to study. So of course we will get the minus point when we'll follow the exams. Thank you.
I'm gonna add like that you say the proof. Come on, that's back to reality in our school. It's happened. If you realize that? No, not.
I'm sorry, I never see such as like that thing. I'm serious.
But I'm always see. Every I late give my exams to teacher, they're gonna say, write the date because you're late. Give your exams. You have the minus point, but it doesn't matter. That for me, it doesn't matter. But in the diplomas, your point have the minus too. Okay, like I want to say that before, with school, the big motivation to go to school is because of diplomas. And the point on the diploma is so very important. If we have a minus point on diplomas, it's like, oh my god, I can say that.
So the affirmation teams, are you agree or you have refusal again?
Okay, thank you. Can we get your data about minus point to the students? Thank you.
Sorry, I want to say that we don't have a date because we back to reality. If you don't realize, you don't calculation that your point under your wrapper, you have to realize that every exam you give the teacher and every exam you give on the late time have a different point. Even the all of answer is right, you have different point because of the time. I want to say that you don't focus on your wrapper and you don't realize that.
I think that different point is because of the intelligence of the own student. You mean, let's say he's not really clever, I think. He will get that minus point. That's what I mean. That's why he get a different point in this case. Thank you.
Can you explain more what you say before?
I mean, it's about his own intelligence, his own clever, I mean, let's say he is not really clever enough. He's not really clever like the other students. Of course, he will get that minus point. I mean, he didn't answer the question is very right. He didn't answer very right of that question. That's why he will get that minus point. Thank you.
I'm gonna answer it. If he gives the exam is the on the enough time on the in enough time or in the late time. For example, the student.
Back in the case, in that late time.
In the late time, of course. The minus is in the example like a double minus. You can answer the question and you give your exam in the late time. You have the 2 points to give your point is a minus.
That's why we're asking about your data, because we never see such a case like that. Thank you.
It's because you don't realize about your reality.
Because in my reality, I never feel such as like that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's for you, but for us not.
Okay, it's over. Observe you, not me.
We not same.
You're just taking your example. There's no data. There's no strong truth here. Thank you.
That I want to say before, and I want to say that is I want to say that 1,000 times that you don't realize your reality. Okay, for example, in our class, when you go, you give your exam is a late time, you have the money time. You don't have. I will ask this for the teacher who give me the point. Sorry, mom or sir. It's my exam. I don't come on that day. They say like, write the date. You have minus point because you give your exam in the late time. It's happened to me. And then I want to say it's not a date. It's a reality. What I want to say, because we don't have to say, no, I'm not finished. Okay, I want to say that if we don't have a date because it's happened in reality. If you want to say you never see such things like that, it's because you don't realize that in the reality, you don't look everyone. You don't, and the simple thing, you don't care about the people around of you.
I'm sorry. You're saying that the students get the minus point because he collect the exam is late, not in the time. You're saying that? Okay, so you think that problem happens on you? Okay, I think you get that minus time. I'm sorry to saying this. It's because of your intelligence. Because of maybe you didn't learn really good. That's why you will get that different point from the other students. Thank you.
I'm gonna say we back to the case. He can't come to school 1 month because of sick, not because of ability of intelligence.
I'm sorry guys, I've disturbed you, but we just have 2 minutes. 5 minutes to clearly this debate. Okay, because we have another competition again. We still have the Indonesian debate and the puisi. Okay, from the timekeeper Okay, now we given time to the affirmation team to give the inclusion from your opinion. Why you agree with this motion? So time we start now. Third speaker, please.
Okay, thank you. We don't agree of your argument because formal education has a very important role in developing individual personality. For example, brain intelligence. Thank you.
Okay, this is the inclusion from the affirmation teams. Now the inclusion from the opposition teams. Please, the third speakers to give your opinion. Please, we don't have time again to discuss. To opposition team, please. Okay. Okay.
Non-formal education is education we need to grow our talent who gonna help us in future. A lack of formal education, is still considered formality because the public view of formality but is not focused on quality. Teaching learning activities that are both rigid and inflexible with the character of both teacher and students. Thank you.
Okay, thank you from the opposition team. So everyone, please focus again to me, not focus to another person. Okay. So now we give the big applause to our participants. So please give their applause. Thank you to the affirmation and the opposition teams. We still a friend, okay? Okay, we still a friend, okay? Still friend. We still friend, okay. Okay, so and can we give again the applause to our educative, to our jury yang selalu bertahan di bawah paparan sinar matahari. Tolong berikan applause-nya. Oke. Oke, dengan berakhirnya ini maka berakhir pula saya sebagai debate moderator for this debate. So I'm say sorry if I have a wrong and thank you to give me the time.